And this is Jarred. And this is Kidtalk.
Kidtalk is where we interview people who make games, design games.
And pretty much anyone who likes games.
Yeah. And today we're interviewing Evan and Alex with the Being Friends channel.
Hi.
Hey, guys.
How's your day been?
It's been really good.
I've had a good day.
Yeah. How's yours?
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
You guys are so professional.
I'm loving the headphones you guys have. I think we need our own headphones, really. Well, thank you guys so much for having us on your show. This is really exciting for us.
This is the
I'm
first
excited to
podcast
interview
we've been
you.
on.
I'm excited to start interviewing you.
Well,
Awesome.
Kind of already have.
We started.
Good
Yeah.
call. Yeah. Good point.
We haven't asked him any questions yet.
Except for how are you?
Since your channel is called Being Friends, how did you guys become friends?
Well, that's a great question.
Mm-hmm.
Our first time we met was when he was born.
I was born. We're
We're actually brothers, if you didn't know. So that's
What's your
when we
last
started
name?
being friends.
Yeah.
We've been friends for a long time, obviously.
Uh-huh.
But, throughout our lives, we've done a lot of different things together
Mhm.
that we loved. But there was also times where we weren't very close to each other. We didn't really see each other as friends.
Yeah.
So it really took some work to be able to kind of come together again and be friends again. And board games was definitely a part of that. So that's one of the reasons we named our channel that.
Mm-hmm.
If you both were going to make a game, what would it be about?
Oh,
So I've personally designed a lot of different games. I haven't completed any of them, but we've had a lot of different ideas. I think right now the one we're working on together every so often is a dungeon crawling game about wizards.
yeah. And if you don't know what a dungeon crawler is, it's usually in the form of a video game, but essentially you're a team of people or maybe just one person that's kind of descending down into a deeper and deeper dungeon. So we're trying to think of different ways that that could be fun in a board game context where you're exploring different rooms, finding treasure,
Mhm.
defeating monsters, or whatever we end up using in that genre, and using dice and being able to choose different options as a way to make that really fun. So
Mhm.
yeah, what about you guys? What kind of game would you guys like to create if you were to make one?
We actually are trying to make some.
Whoa,
What?
tell us about it.
Do you want to tell them about your game first, Peyton?
Yeah. My game is about collecting wood and food, and you use your meeple teams to go on the spaces. In each corner, there is a wild, and you can use that to get any piece.
Nice. I
Cool.
love that.
My
Yeah.
game that I'm trying to work on, it is based on Greek mythology. It's like
Cool.
you're a bunch of people.
Mhm.
You're a bunch of different demigods, which are actually, in Greek mythology, demigods are sons of gods and mortal, which are just normal people.
Yeah.
And I'm making it so that there's like different demigods that come together to form one team, and they make camp, and then a bunch of monsters start attacking, and you're trying to defeat them before the world is either destroyed or taken over by monsters. I don't know yet.
Dang, yeah.
What?
That
So you're
sounds
defending the camp from monsters. That's cool.
sounds
Defending
epic.
the world from monsters.
The whole world,
A
yeah.
lot bigger scale than that. Me and
But it's actually just one big board, just one section of the world, but you're trying to defeat all the monsters before they take over the world.
I like
Got it.
that.
That's cool. Me and
Either way, they take over the world.
either
Either way.
hopefully not actually.
You're trying to protect it.
Yeah. Me and another friend of ours who's on the channel a couple times, Jacob, are also designing a game about mythology, but it's actually a bunch of different cultures' mythologies. So it's Greek mythology and Egyptian mythology, etc.
Does it have Norse mythology?
We haven't designed enough of it to like have Norse mythology yet, but we do plan to have Norse mythology. And yeah, anyways.
Yeah, that's really cool.
I'm also trying. It's Greek mythology, and I hope later I can make a Norse mythology and a Roman mythology and Egyptian mythology, and then
That's
just keep
cool.
building off.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. You got a lot of
Called?
Mythology Wars.
ooh.
I think this is funny. Me and Jacob, when we were designing the game, we came up with a name I think it might have been Mythology Wars too, but not like finalized. We were just joking about we're like Mythology Wars, I guess.
That's fun. You guys have some good ideas.
Yeah.
My game is called Swordsman because actually you can even fight.
Whoa.
Okay,
Is it all
cool.
based on fighting?
Do you get
Kind
Do you
of.
get to make or find your own sword, or does everyone start with a sword?
You start with a sword, a shield, a boomerang, and you can lose those things.
Oh,
Whoa.
okay. That's cool.
That is cool.
And if all of your people are defeated, then you're out of the game. But the one thing you can do, if you want, you can use the gray meeples, and
Okay.
those are like your new team. But you can't fight.
Cool.
Or
Awesome.
it's going to be like you can be on another person's team.
Yeah.
That is cool, yeah. Well, I love your guys' ideas. I think they're really awesome. I have a question for you guys about your ideas is what inspired you to choose those topics for your games? Is there something specific you really love about each of those topics?
Yes. For me, it's I read these books.
Is it
The
Percy
author
Jackson?
is Percy Jackson.
Yes,
the author is
we
Rick
know about those
Jordan.
We love those books.
Mhm.
He makes the best mythology books. I think
Yeah.
it's the best books.
Mhm.
That's awesome.
I read all of them when I was a kid too, and I loved them a lot.
I have Percy Jackson series, The Heroes of Olympus,
Mhm.
Kane Chronicles.
Mhm.
That's awesome.
And then I don't have this one yet, but I want to have it. It's Magnus Chase and the Gods of Asgard.
That sounds really
awesome.
cool.
That
That's
sounds
awesome.
like Thor's in that.
He actually is.
He's in
Wow.
that.
Yep.
Well, I didn't know that, but I knew there was a guy with a hammer.
Well, pretty much Thor's the only guy in Norse mythology with a hammer. Or at least the only one with a gigantic hammer that shoots lightning bolts. Do you know anyone else who has a gigantic hammer that shoots lightning bolts?
I personally don't.
Some guy that's in a storm that somehow can't get electrocuted.
just some handyman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's some guy with a metal hammer who somehow got caught in a tornado, and then lightning hits his hammer and just like, yeah!
Maybe that's Thor's origin story. Maybe he was just a handyman. I think that's possible.
Though
Peyton,
I
what
don't
about
know
you?
what would happen. If you had a metal hammer, I feel like you would get shocked.
It could be, yeah.
Or you'd be like, I can control lightning. And just throw your hammer at where you want the lightning to strike.
That'd be fantastic.
But going back to the games.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Peyton, did you have anything that inspired you for Forests, the first game, and then Swordsman?
I've actually been working on a few games, but
We're working on a few games right now.
But I changed one of my games to Swordsman.
Oh, what was it called before?
Cities.
Oh.
You were trying to build, use wooden blocks to build stuff.
Yeah.
But then I changed it to Swordsman.
Mhm.
Forests, you had wooden tokens to make your cabins, so you could make your forests. The story behind it is everyone got a piece of land, and they want to see who can make their land look better first. And
That's
you
awesome.
need to build 4 trees and 2 cabins.
Okay.
Cool.
Is there anything that inspired you to choose the building aspect of the games or making those things? Is there something that you really love about that made you want to make a game about it?
Because I found wood tokens.
Nice. That's always great. Yeah.
Anything that makes me inspired.
And dirt tokens for the seeds, and then grass.
Cool.
Nice.
Cool.
But if I were going to make a game about building, that would suit me because when I grow up, I want to be an engineer.
Whoa.
That's awesome. Yeah. What kinds of things do you want to build?
I actually don't really want to build too many buildings if I build any. But what I really want to build is a bunch of robots.
Nice.
That is my goal, to build
Robots
at
are cool.
least 10 robots.
You could do it. I bet you can do it.
I think you're gonna build 20, probably. Peyton, what were you gonna say about what you want to be?
I want to be when I grow up. I want to be a photographer,
Whoa.
artist, and an actor.
Cool.
That's really cool. Well,
We're
you're
already
already off to a
actors.
great start. You're all around all this camera gear and doing some acting, so that's cool.
Camera gear, acting, and then you're always an artist.
Are you gonna
Allison does a lot of art, right?
Are you gonna be an actor when you grow up?
Depends on what I become when I grow up.
He's going to use his robots to be the actors. He's going to program them to act for him.
Yeah,
that-
maybe I could like draw a line, like I could type lines and then have them say that at specific times, and then have them like just move around doing specific things.
What?
And he could
And
put,
I'm
like,
the only real person in
He
it.
could put like a shirt on the robots, and then like a mask, and then do like a tie.
Yeah.
And
But
then
I feel like someone would realize they're robots, because what 10 people wear ties, hats, masks, the same shirts, the same pants,
You
I
could-
didn't
on
say
both
it would be the
hands.
same.
They could have
Well,
different.
who wears gloves on both hands out of 10 people? All 10 people would
And
wear
I guess-
gloves on both hands
And I guess
all the time.
who does this? And then they're like, I have an accent.
Oh no! Or a hammer.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's Thor the
Or a
robot.
light, or a Thor.
Or they
Or
fall
the store.
down and then their arms off, and then you're just like, oh, your arm's off.
Well, that's awesome, guys.
Yeah, if they
Well-
had like an automatic protocol to, if someone's arm came off, stick it back
Yeah.
on, and then a robot fell over and one of his arms came off, it's just like, pause the show. I need to put his arm back on.
And you
On. Well, that's cool.
But going back to the mythology game, if I was ever able to make it so that a mythological creature actually came to life, I think it would be a dragon, but
Yeah,
a nice
yeah.
dragon that wouldn't eat anybody.
I like nice dragon's a good idea.
I like
But
nice
if
dragons.
you were able to make a mythological creature come true, which
Ooh.
one would it be?
That is a good question.
There's a lot of options.
You can each make your own creature, or
And does they both come true?
yes, they would both come true.
Whoa.
We need to think about a really good tag team
A
of
duo.
mythological creatures.
Maybe
Um,
a water dragon, but I already-
dragon is a really good answer. I really love King Arthur and some of the stories that are like about the Knights of the Round Table and Merlin, and so there's dragons that are involved in that those stories that I really love. So dragon is definitely something that I think I would
Are
agree
you doing
with.
dragon too?
Are you doing dragon too?
I don't think
I
I'm
said
gonna
it
do dragon.
first.
But Jarred did
Jared said
dragon.
it first.
I'm thinking, maybe the tree ants in Lord of the Rings.
Ooh.
The
the
ants.
tree ants.
Not tree ants. They're called ents.
With an E.
And they are trees that walk.
They walk around and talk real slow,
Mhm.
and they're pretty cool.
I really like it.
They're
Do
they're
they act like turtles that got turned into trees?
Yeah, I could see that.
they're a lot like
they're
turtles.
very wise and
very old.
old.
So you would make a dragon, and you would make a tree ant.
I think so.
I guess
Yeah.
so. I might change my answer in a couple weeks after I start thinking about all of them.
Yeah. I there's a lot to think about, so maybe we'll get back to you.
Yeah.
But for now, those are our answers.
Maybe if you were going to make a creature that wasn't like no one has talked about it,
Ooh.
like
whoa.
ever,
Like
what would it be?
Oh man.
Like if you could just make one random creature that you've just made up.
Ooh, that's you're asking for a lot of creative muscles.
Yeah.
I think something that I could easily ride would be one of the aspects that it would have to have.
That'd be pretty cool.
I think maybe mine would have like rainbow like eagle wings and rainbow antlers or horns.
Yeah.
Whoa, antlers and wings sounds like an awesome combo.
basically like a dragalope.
Dragalope.
It
Like
has-
you know how like there's a jackalope And
Yeah.
And actually, was it today that we put out the Quackalope?
The interview with Quackalope. Yeah, I think that was today.
That's awesome.
Well, there's like the Jackalope, the Quackalope, and it would be like a Griffinope.
Maybe I would just make a Quackalope.
Griffinope.
Oh yeah.
Instead of a potato elope.
A potato.
Potato.
Yes. That's a great
Like a
mythological.
flying potato that has antlers.
Mine is pretty much. What's your favorite video you've made?
Ooh. Well,
Is it type or actual like video?
Video.
video,
or
video.
It can be type or in video.
Well, from our channel right now, one of our favorites, at least for me, is our video about Ice Cool. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but we started out our channel with some videos of us on a green screen. So we're really tiny on these board games.
Yeah.
And Ice Cool is super fun because everyone's moving around the table and flicking the penguins around and getting lots of points. So it made for some really funny situations, and it was super fun putting the whole video together and releasing it. It's not really, you know, a game or a video that a lot of people search for or watch, but it's still one of my favorites to show people when they're asking about our channel.
Yeah.
Because it's just so funny to us. Yeah. So what about you, Evan?
My favorite, I think, is the one, it's my 7 tips for helping you win the game Spirit Island, because Spirit Island is my favorite game ever. And that video was one that I kind of took the reins on a little bit, and I legitimately came up with strategy tips for people, and a lot of people ended up finding it really helpful, and a lot of people it really helped them win the game and enjoy it even more. And to me, like, that was super fun. We actually the game's right here. This is the copy. This is not my copy. My copy's downstairs because I played it a couple hours ago, actually. This is the copy we got because we're going to be giving it away on our YouTube channel once we hit 1,000 subscribers, which is happening pretty soon.
Yeah. So if anyone's interested in winning Spirit Island, definitely check out our video that we'll be releasing, because we are giving it away, and we've got a video if you want to learn how to win.
Yeah.
But my favorite video that I've seen that you've made is probably the barrier battles one.
Yeah.
That's my
Yeah.
favorite too.
That one was sick.
We got it because of that, and we
Nice.
really like it.
Yeah, I've seen you guys play it a lot of times. I'm so happy that you guys have enjoyed it a lot. It's super fun.
It was a really
And
fun video to make as well. We weren't really sure what barrier battles was going to be like, and it turned out to be really surprising how fun it was. So
Yeah.
I'm glad you guys enjoy it too.
One of you was surprised that it had math in it, or was it no math, or that it had
No math. There's no math in this game.
Yeah.
We were joking because a lot of my favorite games are pretty complicated, and there's a lot of like decisions, and so I'm doing math in my head. But barrier battles had no math.
Well, my favorite video of your guys's is your video about Hive, because we also love Hive, and that's how I found your guys' channel, at least.
I found you guys because when you made your Instagram account, some people tagged me in your post or something, and so I've been a fan of you guys since you started, I guess.
Yeah. And when you guys shared a video about you guys liking barrier battles, it just was so cool to see that someone liked our video. We don't get to hear a lot from people who are also YouTubers, so it's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like to play games with others or solo?
Ooh, that's a good question. I have not played a lot of solo games because I am married. So usually when I'm playing a game by myself, it's also with my wife. Evan, obviously, one of our videos is about solo games, so I'll let him tell you about that.
So yeah, I prefer playing with people pretty much every single time. I can't, like, maybe once or twice I'll be like, I actually want to play by myself, but almost all the time I'd rather play with people. But I do love playing games solo just because I love playing games so much. It's just a great way to just sit down, slow down a little bit, spend some time thinking and having fun. But I definitely would rather play with people because I think that that's one of my favorite things about games, and I just love spending time with people and laughing and having fun. So yeah, I'd always rather play with someone else, but I still love playing solo.
Yeah. If I had the opportunity to play more games solo, I think I also would really enjoy it. For the same reasons, like they're just super fun, and sometimes I take a long time to think about things. So sometimes playing with other people means that other people are having to wait for me to think. So playing solo could maybe give me some more
pressure.
time to think about how I want to play. So yeah, what about you guys? Do you guys usually like playing with people, or do you play sometimes by yourselves?
We play sometimes by ourselves, but I definitely like playing with people more.
Oh yeah.
Because in one of your videos, you asked us why we play games, and my answer was because they're fun.
Yeah.
But also because I like to think, and playing games lets me know people more if I played the games with them.
Absolutely.
Now that I think about it, it's probably what I always say.
Yeah.
Because even if you lose, you still have fun.
Oh
yeah.
That's the best.
But Peyton said that we asked him if the reason he likes to play games, and he said he just likes playing games. But can you tell us why you like to play games other than just because they're fun?
That's a great,
definitely a reason.
Yeah, it is a reason. They are fun. I agree with you, Jared, that I like to think about stuff. I like to just see what is the best possible outcome that I can create. So that is one of the reasons, just like you mentioned. And I think what we've been talking about is like one of the reasons our channel is called Being Friends is because that's really what we love.
Yeah.
We love spending time with people, and we love laughing, and we love experiencing something together. So that's one of the main reasons for me, is because it just gives us a really great way to spend time with our friends. And when we were thinking about naming our channel, that was, we knew we wanted to do something about board games, but on another level, it's really more about friendship for us.
That, and I also personally really love the feeling I get whenever I improve at something. And so playing a game over and over again and learning more deeply how to do well and how to do the best strategy, for me, is one of the most exciting things. On top of, and honestly, like I could talk about this forever, like why I love playing games. Obviously I like games. You could see behind us, there's a lot of games there.
I see a Pikachu behind you too.
There is also a Pikachu. This is made by Jacob, our friend, out of Legos, like when he was like 10 or something.
And a Pokeball.
Yeah. So that's some of the reasons, but
I mean, yeah, we like Evan said, we could talk about it for hours probably, and maybe we will one day.
Maybe we'll make an entire video just why you like playing games.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
That was one of the first ones that I wanted to make when we were talking about making a YouTube channel. At first, he was going to make a different YouTube channel, and I was going to make one about board games. And then we decided to join forces, which I'm really glad for.
Yeah.
But you could make like an entire movie that's just called Movie 1. Why we like playing games.
Yeah, why we play games.
Movie 2. Why we like playing with Legos.
Or Movie 2.
Yeah, hey, there you go.
Continued.
Yeah, I love it.
What do you like to do when you're not playing board games?
It's
a lot of different things.
Yeah.
I personally, my whole life I've always found so many different things that I've loved to do, and my mom could attest to that. Obviously, she's not here on the podcast, but I'm sure your parents can say the same kinds of things. I love a lot of things. I love obviously playing games. Man, what else? What's like the top stuff? I love reading manga. I don't know if you guys know what that is. It's comic books from Japan. Like this one's actually right here. This is One Piece. I'm actually wearing a One Piece shirt today.
Is it like big books that have like it looks like a big comic, but it's just a giant book?
So sometimes,
It's called manga.
Yeah, it looks like it's manga. It's actually pronounced manga in Japanese. That's one of the things I like to do.
One of the things that I love to do and Peyton said this earlier, is photography. So that's one of the reasons we had gear in the first place to make videos is, well, we've actually had other YouTube channels in the past besides about board games that if you dig deep enough on YouTube, you might be able to find.
Probably not. Hopefully not.
So for a long time, we've loved making videos with our friends, and I've loved taking pictures. And so that's one of the reasons that we started a YouTube channel about board games in the first place.
We're also both musicians. We both play guitar.
Yeah.
And a few other instruments.
Sing.
Yeah, we both sing.
Both like drums. Evan's probably a lot better at drums than I am. So that's another thing that we like to do.
Yeah,
I also
do.
Go ahead.
I like singing too.
You
Nice.
do?
That's
Awesome.
awesome.
Me too.
Yeah. We should all sing a song together.
Um,
That'd be weird over Zoom.
yeah, and
songs.
also I have stage fright.
Yeah. No, I understand. I felt the same way for a long time.
Pretty much whenever we're setting up when he's bored, he just starts making music.
Yeah.
For my job, I do phone calls a lot, and so when I end a call, a lot of times I'll just start singing about something, and like my wife looks over and is like, "Why do you always sing every time you turn off a call?" I'm like, I don't know, I just am.
You do sing a lot of songs. We also both beatbox a lot.
That's true.
Mostly for fun, just because it's funny.
Yeah.
I also recently have been loving writing poetry. I've written a lot of poetry lately, so that's a lot of fun.
Yeah. There's a lot of other things we could say, like, but I'd love to hear about you guys as well.
Also, volleyball.
Yeah,
I love volleyball.
Volleyball's fun.
When I'm not playing games, I am either
Reading your books.
mostly
Books, yeah.
I'm mostly reading a lot of books. Do you guys like Legos? Like I saw the Lego Pikachu in the background, and then did the Pokeball? Was that a Lego Pokeball?
Yeah, these are all things that our friend Jacob made as a kid. He'll laugh if he sees this. That we're showcasing his Lego stuff.
But
we do like
guys
Legos.
like Legos?
We do. We grew up with a lot of Legos. I remember
we stayed up late a lot of times with, just playing some really cool Legos, building
big houses,
huge houses. We don't play a lot of Legos nowadays, but it's definitely I guess something that I've for a long time played Minecraft instead of playing Legos, because you could build stuff in Minecraft as well. So that kind of replaced Legos for me for a while. And now kind of the thing that I love to build is games, whether it's a board game or actually video games as well, is something that I've been doing recently. So that's kind of been my building outlet, I guess.
We like Minecraft too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Super fun.
That's cool.
I'm trying. Next time we're able to play, I'm going to try building like the biggest Minecraft house ever with a bunch, like with a farm and a garden on the roof.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great idea.
That is cool.
I'm thinking if mine will touch the clouds.
That's awesome.
But then if it starts raining, a cloud might touch my garden.
Yeah.
But then, do you guys still have Legos?
Oh man.
Somewhere maybe.
Yeah, I think they're somewhere at our parents' house.
But if you're ever able to find them, I have a video challenge for you.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
For videos, try making a tower that can touch the ceiling out of Legos.
Wow, that is a challenge.
That's a challenge for sure.
Okay, well, if we find our Legos and if we have enough Legos to get to the ceiling, then we'll try it. We'll post it on Instagram or something.
Yeah.
We'll keep that in mind. Let me write that down.
We can't forget it.
What is your favorite game theme? Like animals, plants, stained glass.
There are a lot of stained glass games out there nowadays. So.
I'm talking mostly about Sagrada.
Yeah.
Sagrada, Azul Stained Glass of Sintra is another one.
That's
and then
cool.
I think there's a third one. I can't remember what it's called though.
I'm just looking at our
there's-
board games here to see
There's
what
Azul Summer Pavilion, which I think you're trying to make stained glass windows.
The stained glass Azul is actually not Summer Pavilion, but it's the second one in the series right here. If you could see, there's little stained glass things right there. The Summer Pavilion is, I don't really know what you're building in Summer Pavilion. Anyways,
I don't know either. I thought you were trying to make windows, but you're trying to make. Oh, I think is it floor mosaics?
I think that might be right.
No,
man,
they said it isn't.
I don't know what my favorite theme is.
Mine must be fantasy. Because
Well-
like 3 of my favorite games are fantasy.
Spirit
I think
Island
I
is
see a
kind of-
fantasy
Spirit
game
Island is
above. Alex, I think I see one above your hat. Yes.
Mage Knight.
Mage Knight.
That is one
that's
of
one of my
Evan's
favorite games of all.
favorites for
It's
sure.
just it's just super cool. Some of my favorite games, themes that I like, not like in general, but like I love the theme of Root. You guys obviously, I see you guys
Yeah.
have Root.
So Root would probably be one of my favorite themes, not
Mhm.
just because of the animals, but the art itself is just so cool. And that's definitely
Also,
one of them.
Spirit Island, of course, my number 1 favorite game of all. And do you guys know what Spirit Island is?
No. But
Spirit
can you
Island-
tell us about it?
Yeah, for
in
sure.
Spirit Island, we are not creatures, but like spirits of the island. It's called Spirit Island, and we're defending
Hence
the
the
island
name.
from invaders. And so we're people like lightning and the river and the ocean trying to defend the island. And so I love this one because I get to become these parts of nature, and I get to control them, like the wilds and the beasts and the.
So yeah, you kind of get to be different parts of nature, which is really cool.
And
It's
do
a
awesome
pretty
What's the
unique
person?
concept.
What's the person? I see a person on the front.
That is a spirit called the Thunder Speaker, and they're like someone who what's the Greek god who is really like talks to people a lot and really like interacts with mortals a lot?
I don't remember.
There's a few that don't talk to the people much, and then there's some that hang out with the people a lot, and the Thunder Speaker is one of the ones that hangs out with the people.
The ones that I know that are really common, there's Hades, Poseidon, Demeter,
I think.
Zeus,
Mhm.
Hera.
I think doesn't
Oh,
Apollo or Hermes?
Oh, Apollo is the god of prophecy. Hermes is the god of messengers.
Oh, right,
I'm
right,
sure-
right.
And
He
pretty much
messes
everyone that
out.
goes along a path.
Yeah.
Cool. So
And-
yeah,
Anyways.
those are some of our favorite themes for sure.
I think the funniest thing when I learned about Hermes, I learned about it in a Percy Jackson book that's just all about getting to know the Greek gods. He
Yeah,
was
I
trying
think I
to
had
make
that
sure
one.
you were paying attention to Hermes. Jeffrey Jordan was writing that Hermes was the god of everything that was on the path, and he wrote cheeseburgers 4 times. He was like cheeseburger, and then I can't remember what it was, and then
That's
cheeseburger,
awesome.
and then more, and then cheeseburger.
You know, that makes me really want to eat a
Like,
cheeseburger right now.
That sounds
I
so
know.
good.
Cheeseburger.
We probably should go get
Cheeseburger.
cheeseburgers after this.
I would do
Cheeseburger.
And then after that, Percy Jackson said, "I just threw in the cheeseburger thing to make sure you were listening. Also, I'm
That's-
hungry."
That's really funny.
That's
At
awesome.
first, I thought he was just so hungry he forgot that he mentioned cheeseburger before.
Yeah,
And then he said that he threw it in just to make sure we were listening, and he was hungry.
and he was hungry, so it was a good thing to use. I think one of my favorite environments in games is forests. So there's games like Bosque, which is a game about spreading your trees around, and I just really like the serenity, the feeling
woods.
of, I don't know, the woods. Yeah. So that's another reason I like Root a lot.
Maybe some other forest games. Do you guys know any forest games?
Well,
Um,
Peyton's making a forest game.
That's right.
Forests.
Yeah. And then we have Root, and do you guys have photosynthesis?
We Jacob does. We do have photosynthesis. We don't really like photosynthesis that much. We find
I've never played it actually.
We like a lot of other games more, but we do think that photosynthesis is very, very pretty and very unique.
Yeah. I've never played it, so I don't know. But I should, obviously.
But I don't know if this counts as a theme, but I like games that have like there's a simple way to play, and then you have other rules you can add to the game to make it more fun and challenging.
Yeah.
I like challenges.
You like challenges?
Mhm.
Man, I'm so excited to tell you about all sorts of games that are challenging.
I know a lot.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I also love when games give you the opportunity to make things harder.
Yeah. What are some games like that? I'm trying to think of them.
But I think one of the funniest games that I know is actually my favorite game, Bears versus Babies.
Whoa.
Interesting. Tell me about that game.
I've seen that game.
You're bears and monsters trying to eat babies.
Oh, wow.
And there's like one I think is weird. It's a jellyfish.
It's a jelly baby.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, there's also the dragon baby, the
all sorts of babies.
Just to clarify, this is a exploding kittens type game.
Yes. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
It's not real babies.
Say that.
It's kind of like an exploding kitten type game, and I'm really glad it's not real babies, because if someone had to go out and venture and then they got the idea from the game by finding real babies like a dragon baby,
oh my gosh,
I'd be scared.
Yeah. But I don't know how they would find somehow a baby with a dragon body.
I'm glad it's not real too.
And then they also would have to go out and find monsters.
I don't.
Because you have to. Because the bears sew together monster pieces. But like sew together a beaver to a person. Like if you had a beaver with a lumberjack outfit, then you could add 2 chainsaw hands.
Oh my gosh.
And then if you wanted to, you could add tentacle feet.
Oh my goodness.
Mommy did one with a beaver with knives and tacos on its shirt.
Oh yeah.
The hands and scary cat shoes.
Yeah, but if you did the lumberjack one with chainsaw hands and a beaver and then squid tentacles, you could make the ultimate squid lumberjack.
Yeah.
I can cut down anything, and I can reach with 8 legs.
8-legged lumberjacks or
10-legged. Because it would have 2 legs that are just chainsaws and then 8 legs that are used for holding axes and chainsaws.
Got hands and legs.
That's awesome. I was thinking about octopuses.
Yeah, octopi.
Octopi.
It sounds like horrified, but it's octopi.
Sounds like a rhyme
like
right
something
there.
you eat.
Yeah.
Like, yum, we get to have an octopi. And it's just like, do you want me to fish out an octopus and cook it for you?
What's your favorite thing about doing board game videos?
Well, first of all, we love board games. So we love getting to talk about them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And getting to share the love of board games with people who might not know about board games as a hobby. When we first started really getting into board games, there was some content that we found that we loved.
Mm-hmm.
And so that inspired us to make our own content. So that's one of my favorite parts, is getting to share our love for board games with people who don't really know about board games.
Mm-hmm. For me, I think my favorite thing, besides again like just being able to talk about games more and like that becoming a part of like my responsibilities, it's a great excuse to just play more games and talk about it more. But also I love being able to talk to people who I wouldn't have never met if not for this. And I've met a lot of different people like you guys on Instagram and some different people on our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And I imagine that's just going to keep happening. And I'm super excited to just meet people and talk about games with so many different people and a variety of, people from different ages and whatnot. That's my favorite part.
Yeah.
And what is the most surprising thing to you that has come out of your YouTube channel?
Oh, well, For me, we've done, like I mentioned before, we've had other YouTube channels where we just made like trying to make funny skits, funny videos, and none of them really got any views. We didn't really get any subscribers. So kind of one of the most surprising things about this channel is that people actually like our content, and they're sharing it, and they're liking it, and they're commenting. And so that has been kind of like a lifelong dream for us. And for me, it's one of the most surprising things is like, this is actually happening. Like, we actually have people who want to be part of our community that we're building, and other people who love playing games, just like Evan said. So that's been one of the most surprising things for me.
Maybe one of the most surprising things for me has been the amount of people who I have introduced games to. Like, on my through my videos, they watch the video and go, that game actually sounds really exciting, and me telling them about it caused them to buy it. And hearing about those people who bought the games that I recommended and ended up loving them has been one of my favorite things. And it's just surprising how many times it's happened so far, and it's so rewarding every time. One of the things that also has happened that was surprising is someone who watched my Spirit Island how to get better strategy video. They said that they were almost going to sell the game because they just didn't enjoy it enough because they kept losing and they didn't know how to do it. And they watched my video, played it again, and it like loved it so much more, and it actually like changed.
And they actually won.
They won the game, and they like ended up realizing how much they liked the game. And it was because I was able to share my perspective and my advice on how to enjoy the game and what games are enjoyable.
Yeah.
So that's what I would say.
I think another surprising thing for me is how much work it's been.
That's a good. Oh, I know my answer now.
Okay, go ahead.
I've been surprised at how many things have gone wrong. Some videos in particular, everything went wrong, and it's been wild.
Yeah.
Just like dealing with things,
technical difficulties,
messing up,
things getting deleted or messed up,
audio not working.
So like that, plus just like all of the work that goes into making a video idea and actually filming it all, planning out what we want to say, like actually being good at saying it. There's a lot that goes into YouTube videos, like you guys know, of course, that some of it's fun, but some of it really feels like work sometimes, having to do some of these things over and over again, which at the end of the day is absolutely worth it. But that's surprising sometimes, to say the least. Like
I'm also surprised by how much we've had to learn, and how many different things that we've learned about how to create the videos and how to make videos that perform well on YouTube and how that get views and stuff.
There's a lot.
I didn't realize how much we learned until we're like explaining it to someone, and I go, oh my gosh, none of this must make any sense because I've just learned so much.
Yeah.
Not to sound like I'm smarter than everyone else.
Something that surprised me how it all went right is your Jenga video. How did you make it so that it was standing on one block?
That's because we're good at Jenga. That was not surprising.
No, it was surprising. So when we came up with that video idea, and we'll try to keep this short for you guys, but we were like, we want to make a video about how Jenga is actually really fun, because we kind of were under the impression like, okay, it's just a party game, you don't do a lot of thinking, right? And so it didn't seem like it would be as fun. And so we started talking about it, and then like, okay, well, we're going to save playing the game for the first time in years and years to record it. So we recorded it, and that first playthrough happened to be incredibly crazy. Like you said, like just a block at the very bottom, and all of the different moments that
oh my gosh.
It was pretty lucky. And it made it really easy to make that video super funny. So yeah.
We finished most of our interviews with Would You Rathers. Are you okay if we ask you some?
Yeah,
Go for it. Absolutely.
Definitely.
Would you rather grow an inch every year? Wait, from starting now, would you rather grow an inch every year or lose an inch every year?
Oh no.
Well, one of them, but after so many years, we end up not existing, right? Well, hold on. How many inches am I? I'm 72 inches tall.
You'd have to
I'd have
Good
to
shit.
live to 92 years old. And once I'm 92, I would be 0 inches tall.
I think I would rather gain an inch every year because I'm typically on the shorter side of some of my friends. So being taller would be pretty nice. But on the other hand, really tall. I would end up really
You'd probably
tall.
end up 6 feet taller.
That's really tall. I don't think I'd be able to fit in a house
Anything.
and sit at a table. So maybe I would rather shrink
play
to become
basketball
more like a
really
board
well.
game piece. That's true.
That is true. You would win. You would become a millionaire.
But what if I become too tall to play basketball?
you have to
Because then I'd have to drop the
I
ball.
can't.
I can't get it in there.
No, you could just be
I
like,
think
okay, I'm up here. Boop.
if shrinking wasn't just height, so I
Or
didn't
you
end up
could-
being like this weird long thing. If I end up getting way smaller, then yeah, we would end up being like little board game pieces. So we
pieces.
could be on the board game.
That would be pretty cool.
So that's what I would go
Yeah,
with.
you could make a board game called Being Friends before you're too small to make a board game. And then for some reason every year the board game piece grows half an inch smaller, and then sometime like
There's only one
5
copy
years
of the game.
later,
One copy.
the board game piece is just like zoop, and
That's
it's gone.
That's great.
And then you could somehow find a growth rate that could grow you back, and then people would wonder why their box was broken
Busted open.
out of by
Yeah.
people.
Hey, we're being friends.
It'd
Or
be a
you'd
good
like
YouTube
this,
video.
and then I'd be like, I'll move my piece here, and you'd be like,
That is awesome.
Would you rather have 5 bottles stuck on the fingers of one hand for a year, or a bucket stuck to your foot for a year?
Ooh.
Definitely the bucket on the foot. I'd
Yeah.
have to probably quit one of my jobs because I would need
You
to be
couldn't
walking around.
sneak.
I couldn't sneak. It would be too hard to walk around in general, but I want to have my fingers free for board games, for playing music, for everything I like to do. I want my
Editing.
fingers free.
Yeah.
Oh,
can't-
for bottles on your hand for playing music, you could be like, duh, duh, duh,
Oh,
duh, duh.
that could
No,
be
you're,
it.
you're right. You could use that.
You
I
could-
could use a slide guitar. Slide.
and
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can just be like, and you can just be like, and cut it, and then you be like, and scoop the meatball, and then put it down.
Or you could always hold like 5 meeples in one hand. If you just cut off the edge of the bottle, then you could just be like, okay.
Oh man. Oh, they're little
If someone
cups.
asked-
That's
Yeah.
not a bad idea.
If someone asked how many meeples you could stack, you could just be like, okay, doop, 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 doop. There, I stacked my meeples
There you go.
with
Yeah.
one finger.
Would you choose the bottle hands then?
If it was on my left hand, yes. I'm right-handed.
I was thinking left hand too. That would be helpful.
Well,
But I
I'm
was
left-handed. Well, I'm
Oh,
left-handed.
So you would rather have the right hand.
Yeah, because then I could always just be like, do, 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 and then move a meeple like do 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 do.
And you could be like,
Ding!
and you could be like,
I like it. I think I would choose the bucket on my foot as well because right now I'm working at home, and so I pretty much just sit all day. So just sitting around with a bucket on my
Wouldn't
foot.
even change anything about
It
your
really, yeah. I could probably wear a bucket and just be totally fine. So,
Wait, you have a bucket on your foot.
oh my, you're right. Just kidding. Well, thank you guys so much for having us on. Is there anything else to talk about tonight?
no, not
That's
No,
it.
not that I can think of right now.
It was so fun talking to you guys. I kind of want to talk to you guys more, whether or not it's a podcast, just for fun.
Yeah.
And
Maybe
hopefully
we
one
could
day
do a
we-
Zoom. Maybe we could do a Zoom medium or a Zoom. What's that B game called? I keep forgetting it.
wavelength.
Where you? Yeah, blank slate. Did you say
Oh,
blank
I
slate?
No, it sounded similar though. I don't know what blank slate is.
Oh, blank
Anyway.
slate is a game where you draw a card with a blank and then a word, and
Oh,
then
okay.
everyone tries guessing. Well, actually, 2 people try guessing the same word, but
Oh,
everyone's trying
okay.
to guess the same word.
That's
Actually,
cool. Cool.
you're
I like
not-
it. Awesome. Well, we've had a lot of fun, and it's super cool getting to be brothers, and you guys be brothers, and us just talk about really fun stuff. So
And
thanks again
getting
for
to
having us.
know things about you guys.
Yeah, getting
You
to
as
know you
well.
guys as well.
Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. This was really fun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Thank
it
you as
was.
well.
Thank you.
I hope we can either hang out with you again or interview you again. This was
Absolutely.
really fun.
Let
Mhm.
us know when you want to do that. We would love to make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
And tell us when you make that Lego tower.
Or when you want
Yeah,
us
we
to.
will.
Bye.
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 Thanks for hanging out with us on this episode of Kidtalk.
Be sure to subscribe so you won't miss out on any future episodes.
See you later.
Bye.